everyone, I've got some absolutely incredible MMA news to share with you today. So first up, we've got to talk about that amazing fight from last night after Jared Cannonier pulled off that stunning TKO victory over RoboCop. There was actually some drama involving Paul Felder. Some fans were suggesting that Paul seemed upset about the outcome. Can you believe they even accused him of betting on RoboCop? Well, Paul wasn't having any of that. He fired back right after the event to set things straight. He said, and I love how passionate he was about this. To everyone saying I was mad when Jared won his main event, you are so wrong. I have been one of his biggest fans. I have thrown my pen down after big finishes probably 100 times. I also don't bet, morons. I literally said that's all she wrote. Now here—
Nose Hills.
Where are you? What are you doing?
You. Oh, you.
Here's where it gets interesting. One fan tried to give what they called constructive criticism, saying, Paul, we love you, but you are very biased on the mic. Paul's response was absolutely perfect. He just shot back with, hey Mike, that makes no sense. Just some feedback. I mean, talk about handling it with style. Speaking of fighters dealing with challenges, you won't believe what's going on with Sean Strickland. Remember during his fight with Dricus Du Plessis when he said his nose was broken in 6 places? Well, guess what this crazy guy did? He went snowboarding this weekend. And yes, it went exactly how you'd expect. He posted this video on Instagram with the caption, nice face plant with a broken nose LOL. I mean, that's just classic Strickland for you. Now, this next bit of news is fascinating. Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo got into this really interesting debate about who'd win in a fight between them. Henry, being Henry, was quick to bring up his Olympic gold medal, saying that would give him the edge in wrestling. But Kamaru, while acknowledging Henry's wrestling credentials, was super confident when he said he'd come out on top in an MMA fight.
To be honest, in a fight, I'm beating your Henry, it's difficult to have this debate because, like you did say, you separated yourself because you got 2 belts, so that does separate you. My only defense is I want to say styles make fights, and I'd like to say that I think my style would beat you, but yeah, you you got 2 belts, so I get that.
Oh, and here's a fun little tidbit. Alex Pereira was living his best life last night at Drake's show in Australia.
Who is that? Oh, that's your cousin. That's a good cousin. Shout out to your cousin.
Now this next piece of news is pretty exciting. Alexander Volkanovski has just released some footage of him sparring with Aljamain Sterling in Thailand. While neither of these incredible fighters has a confirmed fight right now, there are some really interesting rumors floating around. Word is, Volkanovski might be facing Ilia Topuria in a rematch for the featherweight title at UFC 314. Aljo reposted the footage with this really nice message saying, such a great experience working with the champ and a great dude as well out of the training room. Let's circle back to that amazing main event from UFC Vegas 102 last night. Jared Cannonier's performance against RoboCop was absolutely spectacular, securing that TKO victory in the 4th round. And get this, even though he just turned 40, Jared's not even thinking about retirement. Currently sitting at number 7 in the middleweight rankings, he's hungry for more. He made it clear he wants another ranked opponent as he works his way toward another shot at that middleweight title.
Better than 2024, starting off with losses on a couple losses. So it feels good, man. It was a hard-fought victory, especially in that 1st round, but yeah, felt good to get back in there, get some wind behind my in my cells, unwind them, you know all that stuff. I feel good. You know, it's the name of the game. I ain't gonna stop just because I hit the big 4-0. So I got plenty of miles left on this engine, plenty of tread left on the tires. It's always satisfying to go in there and put yourself to the test, you know. And I came out on the better end of this one. I was able to employ some skills that I've been working on, and it felt really good to do so, and learn some more skills that I need to work on more. So back to the drawing board. Oh, he was definitely challenging. Big, imposing guy. But just because I'm not as big doesn't mean I'm not as imposing. So I was able to mitigate a lot of his forward movement. I was able to put a little bit of some punches together, land some good shots, and take some shots, unfortunately. But I was able to weather that storm and mix things up, mixed martial arts. Ran some kicks, ran some takedowns, threw some elbows, felt good. Just had to keep my composure, listen to my team, regather myself, and reassert what I want to do. It's hard in there. It's not easy, especially when you're going against opposition, which is the Creed word. He's definitely opposing everything you do. So it's hard to go in there and try to land a jab or land a cross or a combination. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with my results. Experience, I guess I had the experience advantage. I was able to weather storms, outlast them. My conditioning held up better than his, so 5-round experience. Hopefully a ranked opponent, but we'll see. I want to keep working my way towards the top. I'm not finished. I'm not in the UFC just to be fighting guys. I'm in there to get to the title, get the most money out of this, the most bang for my buck, if you will. My vision in the middleweight future has never changed. I have 4 more fights left on my contract, so I plan on fulfilling those 4 contracts, 4 big wins. Maybe a title within those 4 wins. If not, if I get 4 wins, definitely a title after that, right? They're gonna want to keep me around.
Now here's something that's got everyone talking. Daniel Cormier has weighed in on Francis Ngannou's recent announcement about returning to boxing. Francis has his sights set on former heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder, which is absolutely wild. Even though Francis just showed his MMA skills are sharp as ever with that victory over Renan Ferreira in PFL, DC thinks this all comes down to money. And let's be honest, Francis does make significantly more in the boxing ring.
I don't know if I should say not surprising, because he seemed happy when he was back in MMA, but he's going back to boxing. He said, I will do boxing next. I want to. I'm not done with boxing. It's not that MMA is easy. It's a sport that I understand better, I have more experience in, but I say I want to go for boxing. You know what this statement tells me, guys? There's just way more money in boxing. The numbers we heard about Big Frank when he fought against Tyson Fury was crazy. Then he fights Anthony Joshua. Guys, there are guys that go through fighting their entire life boxing, hoping to get one of those fights. Big Frank got him back to back. Now, you saw what happened in the Joshua fight, and I will get into that a little bit later as to why I disagree with it. But Big Frank says he wants to do boxing. Tells me there's just far more money, especially when every time he boxes, he fights in Saudi Arabia. Guys, the money is so vast there. The opportunities to make big, life-changing money is so big that they can get a guy like Canelo to change course. Imagine the difference between what Francis is making in MMA and what Francis is making in...
Oh, you've got to hear this. Rampage Jackson just shared some really entertaining footage of himself sparring with Bobby Green. His Instagram caption was classic Rampage. Bobby Green moves fast as F. I think I could have bodied him if I was in his weight class.
Weight class.
Here's what you do. Let Rampage work. Let him cook. He's cooking ramen right now. Let him slow cook.
Did you say ramen? It's because I got Asian kids.
It look more like pulled pork.
Pulled pork. The stylist said you look like pulled pork.
Hey, easy with the stylist.
Let's get the workout in.
Oh, goddamn, you fast. Your body. Hey, I weigh 100 pounds. I weigh 100 pounds more than this motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker like my skeleton. It's my skeleton.
To me, I was like, you're being Rampage. I was like, no, I'm not. That's what I'm looking for. Hey, I'm looking for it. Hey, let's go body. Hey, get him water. Get him water.
Now let's talk about Belal Muhammad, because he's not holding back. He's been analyzing Shavkat Rakhmonov's game and claims he's spotted some weaknesses. While the fight isn't official yet, Belal is brimming with confidence. He made this really powerful statement about how Shavkat is used to facing opponents who fear him, but Belal, he wants everyone to know he doesn't share that fear at all.
I mean, for me, it's when you're fighting a guy like Shavkat where they put him on this pedestal to be like this, undefeated, crazy guy. I see holes in his game. And the same way I saw holes in Leon's game, I think Leon's a better striker than Shavkat. But mentally, I think Shavkat's a lot stronger. Like, I don't see him breaking mentally. The biggest thing for him is now you're fighting a guy that's not afraid of you. Everybody he fights, they come in there with nerves and they're afraid. Oh, they put him on, oh, he's crazy, he's a robot, he's this, and that. And a lot of guys will just fold just because out of that fear. So for me, I'm going to be in his face the whole time, and it's going to be the same result of like another guy breaking. And a lot of guys like him, it's like when you never felt that, where a guy's not afraid of you or a guy's still with you this whole time for 5 rounds and he's pushing a different pace that you've never seen before. And I'm supposed to be the undefeated guy. You never had to experience any of that before. It's going to be the worst case scenario for.
Here's some interesting news. Colby Covington and Kamaru Usman ran into each other at the UFC Apex last night. Now, given their history, you might expect fireworks, but they actually kept things completely professional. And get this, Colby's actually saying he's open to a third fight with Usman. And finally, we've got some absolutely massive.
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see you. It's a live stream. It's a live stream. Yeah. How you doing? Feel good? Yeah. All right, for sure. Did you get that? Yes, that was Usman, guys. He just said, hey, man, we're going to talk in a little bit. I don't think he wanted to talk on the stream because he didn't want the chat to hear what he had to say. But, yeah, we'll definitely chop it up a little bit. Maybe we'll get a picture. Or maybe we'll just fight. You never know. When chaos is in the building, it's unpredictable. He gave me a knuckle. I wasn't going to shake his hand. More about the knuckles. That's a sign of respect. So no hard feelings. I said my truth. We duked it out. Maybe we'll duke it out again. Whatever the fans want. We're going to give the fans what the fans want.
To Alex Pereira today, after Alex recently stated that he still hopes for a fight with Jones to come to fruition. Alex is currently preparing to defend his light heavyweight title against
massive news involving Jon Jones and Alex Pereira. Alex has been talking about his hope for a fight with Jones, even as he's preparing to defend his light heavyweight title against Magomed Ankalaev next month. In a recent interview, Alex didn't hold back, saying, I want Jon Jones, it's up to the UFC to make it happen. And Jones, well, he just reposted Alex's quote to his Instagram story today with a ninja emoji. So here's what I want to know from all of you. If Jon and Alex do end up fighting, who do you think comes out on top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And that's going to wrap it up for today's news. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to stay up to date with all the latest MMA news and content. We've got fresh updates coming at you daily, and trust me, you won't want to miss any of it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.